And I said it respectfully. No, it's a change, don't be goddamn it. My constant about that's okay. It's not. To the genuine ones, I truly appreciate your time, and I truly hope that you continue to find peace within, regardless to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential. They trying to blackmail you and never have malicious intentions. You know that growth hits different. You didn't have to sugarcoat it. Going within that tough love actually hits different. The unconditional love started within. You are beautiful, you are handsome, you're worthy. Yeah, there's scars they can relate to. Understand that testimony. Why you understood balance when it came to acknowledging your worth. Understand the faith they can relate to going within. Understand at the end of the day, you truly your own testimony. You folks can walk a day in your shoes. They try to confuse you, disturb at the end of the day. Don't install right there so you can reject yourself. Regardless of protecting your mental, they would never understand balance when it comes to comments. It's going within. Regardless who gave up on you, overlooked you, did not respect you. They try to paint you out to be the villain in their story, but you wasn't the issue. You had good days, bad days, misunderstanding days, but who wouldn't you be standing before yourself that they understand confidence, you are worthy, understand this next chapter in your life. You ain't perfect, but you was worthy. Worthy of loving yourself properly. Understand that unconditional love is different. Understand you had to keep it real to remove that mask. Healing childhood trauma going into your adulthood. They try to discourage you, but who would have knew that God wasn't misleading you? God allows you to see better days ahead. Being patient with time and day coming from poverty and pain. They would never understand that. Hold on 1 second. It was never competition because you never hated in your vein. You knew how to respect your neighbor even when they try to dim your light. They try to sneak revenge at the end of it because you truly knew how to love you. When it went to the competition when you was never the issue. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya G. I'm respecting my content is not for everyone. It's not. Never give up on yourself because someone gave up on you or during your journey. They said that you didn't have potential. They try to blackmail you against you. They try to cause chaos and confusion and you let them disturb your peace. They project spellworks right to the left so you can reject yourself when it comes to your mental health. They labeled you slow, stupid, and retarded, that you was a nobody. At the end of the day, ain't nobody going to hear you when it comes to your pain. But the energy is different when the right people truly pour into it. At the end of the day, the energy is different when it comes to maturing. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya G. I respect that my content is not for everyone. It's not. No, it's a cheat, don't be goddamn it. No, for real, for real. I was just minding my goddamn business, just walking the street. No, for real, respectfully. I was just trying to go from point A to Z. This BIT6 gonna say, bitch! And I said, what? What happened? This motherfucker gonna say, so you mean to tell me this motherfucking spellwork still ain't working, bitch? Oh, fuck you, bitch! Oh, right back at you. Up your ass. And I hope you feel it too, bitch, on your fat ass. No, not fat ass, flat. No, it's a trade for me. How a motherfucker will wish so much bad on you than they? And they swear they beauty magic is actually motherfucking working. Let me tell you something, you weird asshole. No, as a trade for me, I decided to put up my thing I had no goddamn business doing. A motherfucker would see if you're still actually breathing at the end of the day. Are you still healthy or whatever the case may be? Because a motherfucker decides to say, you know what? I'm projecting spell work towards you. And they want to figure out at the end of the day, why are you not frowning? Why the fuck you keep showing up, bitch? I can't stand you. I didn't even do anything to you. It's a train of thought for me. How folks will project spell work towards you. And when you stand up for yourself, you dead ass wrong. They want to call you mentally disturbed at the end of the day. Without the doctor, who's really wrong at the end of the day? And I say that respectfully. I was only speaking up for myself when they said I had ill intentions, or because I believed if it come relate to, that was God's reflection. The hands is different. I wasn't looking at my neighbor like competition. The hate and jealousy and envy was real because I was really keeping it raw. I wasn't wearing the mask. Hold on 1 second. I never had to switch if the beast of my truly wasn't. At the end of the day, I make certain folks feel so uncomfortable. I'm tired of putting myself in a situation, putting myself feel like I'm about to be in a box because I know how to be authentic. No, that's a trait of me. No, for real. Some people just do that shit. No, for real, for real. You start to limit yourself because you want to make the next person feel fucking good. No. Don't do no shit like that. Why the fuck would you do that? It's a train of thought for me. Letting go bad habits. Only to realize you truly blossom. But that butterfly energy is different. That confidence. They try to dim your light, throwing spell right to left. They telling the doctor that you need a prescription to end it because you're mentally ill and you fall from disturbed at the end of the day. Because God was keeping the real, overcoming that trauma and pain. You had dudes and chicks trying to size you up. Didn't matter your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, this along your disability. At the end of the day, you ain't have to play that type of work when it comes to spell. At the end of the day, how folks be doing come to me spells and they sweeping down that you don't know what the fuck going on behind closed doors.
No, it's a trick on me because you know how to keep it real. Yeah, you neighbor.
And you fall from a hater. How folks will have this jealousy and envy mindset, trying to kick you down, discourage you. Got the next door neighbor telling you every move like a bad habit. Didn't matter, tax bracket. It be a train of thought for me. How they watching your every move, got you under surveillance, cause they want you to lack self control when it come to discipline. They playing a hate. They playing a hate crime towards you with all they lies. They took a whole group of people to go up against one person to tell some lies. It be the train of thought for me. How you walk away from a certain individual, let alone someone that you actually knew how to respect that day. Or let alone just come across an innocent person at the end of it that you thought was so innocent. Hold on 1 second. I was just saying how you look nice today. And only was the hold on 1 second. You had the mindset at the end they trying to kick me down and discourage me because I knew I respect my neighbor. Am I saying too much?
Fuck it. No, why would I want to sugarcoat it for? Sugarcoat what? Neighbor. Don't dim your light. No, for real. Hold on 1 second. Represent yourself right.
They said that you're doing too much. Or because you love yourself, the better yourself coming from poverty and pain. You understood that last testimony when it came to time and day. That vocabulary is different when it comes to your conscience today. You know, I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light.
Yeah, they painted me out to be somebody I wasn't.
But that didn't mean I had to lose me because you didn't know how to respect me. I was supposed to be a crash out the wild at the end of the day. But you was throwing sport right to left so I could reject myself. You got me shadow being right to left, but I keep showing up for myself. You paying this person, paying that person, going to this terrorist, that karmic, or whatever the case may be, that witch, that warlock, or whatever the case may be, that neighbor next door in different tax bracket. Trying to demolish, to disturb me, to antagonize me, to get me out of character, and be the train of thought for me. How folks we actually want to do that to fix. They don't want you to fix your crown when God's maintaining it. They will never understand how when they say God ain't real, when God's keeping it real. The energy is different, understanding your reflection gone within. It bothers their mental health. Is the spell recording today? Irritate over me, god damn it. How these dudes and chicks be moving like addicts. How they be selling to the community at the end of the day with their bad habits. Talking about they so real at the end of the day. They putting that work in, but they putting you in competition, an innocent person. They be dimming their own light to fix their crown. They don't know how. They trying to discourage you at the end of the day because you know how. You understood poverty and pain. It was never competition. Folks did what they did at the end of the day when it came to their reputation. So they gotta destroy yours so they could make you feel like at the end of it you was a nobody. Hold on 1 second, you somebody. It's just train of thought for me. I may not make sense to the average person. How someone wants you to be a non-existence because they lack self-confidence. Or because you didn't have to lose control when you spoke up for yourself in a healthy way. Getting discouraged now wasn't part of my vision. I ain't have to sugarcoat it to be my authentic self. That's what you can relate to is stay in your lane, neighbor. Oh. Ever trait of me, always be yourself and no molestants. I love to talk about love and all that. You feel me? Misunderstood and loved by you, but a fall from a hater. What about you? That was a train of thought for me. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. What about you?
They said you can't sing, big. Shut the fuck up.
Alright, it changed over me. That end is just different. Imagine walking to the love of your life at the end of the day. They very so much thankful that you actually brought peace into their life to hold on 1 second. It wasn't a mistake. Someone wants you to become your best self vision of yourself. It's a train of thought for me. It's like busting that move and you know you damn sure can't dance and you fall from a fool at the end of the day just being authentic. Hold on 1 second, someone wasn't laughing at you. Someone actually saw at the end of the day you was worthy of being your authentic self. Hold on 1 second. Someone is so much thankful that you don't have to switch up. You ever walk into someone's life at the end of the day, someone's really paying attention? You know when you first start cooking, it just got better with time and day when it came to that season. The hand is just different. That's like whatever you like walking into your life. They want you to accomplish whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy, regardless of a hobby or not. They want your dreams to come true because they by your side, rooting you on, up close in person, behind closed doors. It was never for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. Or someone said, hold on 1 second, I will love you the same. You know, being on the same page. I ain't trying to project what your past allows you to feel. I understood what, hold on 1 second, keeping it real. I know you ain't used to someone showing up for you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, behind operate out of hate or just or envy at the end of the day. The short change your mental if the energy is different. When someone didn't have to have an excuse to love you right the first time around. It wasn't lust. Hold on 1 second. How God turned things around. How God allowed you to see someone could truly bring peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because when someone wasn't trying to ruin your reputation, someone truly was showing you that you was worthy, so important into you, the energy is different. They said, nah, you doing too much. Well, loving somebody, right? Ever trade up for me. You know, you ain't gotta wear a mask. True love can truly last. It didn't have to lead to mind manipulation games at the end of the day. It wasn't lust, it wasn't spell, but truly keeping it real. How the beauty started within. Got someone truly feeling comfortable that, hold on 1 second, they found a safe place to go within. Understanding their confidence, it hits different. How someone could be their authentic self when it comes to their corny jokes. Someone actually meeting them halfway, actually see them, not to overlook them. Someone wasn't trying to project pain. Y'all both on the same page when it comes to comments. Since the hold on 1 second, I wasn't trying to lose you on the day. The hand is different. It ain't had nothing to do about controlling issues. Some of them children have a hand problem. They wasn't abusing you mentally, physically, emotionally, making you unstable. The hand is different. Someone was sleep praying to go within. Y'all may not pray the same, but God allows you to see that. Hold on 1 second. Someone should keep it real with you. Only the rest of the hold on 1 second. True love wasn't supposed to hurt. When the love of your life loved you right the first time around. And he wasn't trying to have their cake and eat it too. How someone knew how to fix your crown. You know, it felt like a holiday every single day when you least expected. Someone showing you why God was pointing you both in the right direction. You gained the love of a best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same, energy is different. You know, someone rooting you on up close and personal behind closed doors. The energy is different. Truly got you feeling the hold on 1 second. That elevation hits different. You came from poverty or pain or not. Someone didn't have to tell you lies to love you right, because they wanted to maintain your smile when the world was against you. The hand is different when the world wanted to see you frown. God was showing you better days ahead. How God really can change your life around when you least expect it, with the right person by your side, and it wasn't pain. I'm not here to respect that my content is not for everyone. You can't buy true love, and I say that respectfully. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. When someone truly pours into you, they wasn't trying to waste their time and day when it came to their vocabulary that day. Someone actually acknowledged you to understand it. Hold on 1 second. They wasn't trying to have their cake and eat it too. You know, have a one foot in one door, one foot in another door. But you had to play mind games to try to destroy somebody, to project pain, only from to walk away in the most healthiest way. They wasn't running from their past and that you can relate to. How you was on your own blessing, only you was your own lesson, only to miss out on a blessing. Only the rest of hold on 1 second. It's what this been a block today. Leave innocent people alone if you're not mentally ready to be in a relationship. Even when someone gets lost in their words, they fall from slow, stupid, and retarded, because everybody has good days, bad days, misunderstanding days. Someone just knew how to respect your days at the end of the day, when you even know how to respect and weather they storm at the end of the day when they wasn't trying to do you wrong.
No, Ever Jacob, you ever walked into someone's life? Oh my freaking God.
You ever walked into someone's life and they was just going through shit, like every season they was just going through some shit. You showed up for them, but they was half stepping with you. The respect at the end of the day was no malicious intentions. They would never understand your point of view. They said that you had insecurity problems, but you was far from that. You actually poured into someone's cup that couldn't even meet you halfway, only to realize they wanted to ruin your reputation for likes, abuse, or clout chase, level of fame, or an evil dollar. They try to destroy your character trait at the end of the day, to project a hate crime towards you because you didn't have to lie that day. You was one to pour into somebody, but you had to pull your energy back, and they sweat the end of you owed them something. That's why God was protecting you. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Be mindful and wise when missing out on a blessing. When you for real, use your own lesson. Because someone actually knew how to respect you, show up for you, pour into you. It was never mind games or at the end of the day. Someone truly saw something within you to bring the best out of you, but you was not trying to meet them halfway. You wanted to have your cake and eat it too. You want to disrespect somebody, to project spell work, project lust, or whatever the case may be, what your intentions was, with your low IQ score, when it comes to your low vibrational energy. At the end of you couldn't even meet somebody halfway when it comes to common sense. You just wanted to ruin their reputation, or because someone actually knew how to value your time and day, and you was your own excuse. I'm not your general respect that my content is not for everyone. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend, humanity worthy. My content is not for everyone. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Gang stalking is real until it's your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. And I say that respectfully. When someone threatens your life that nobody will ever believe you because they have you shadow banned or they will have a community go up against you, When you never have malicious intentions, people pick and choose who they want to bully. They paint out to be the villain in their story. They watch your every move like a bad habit. The game stalking was real. Keeping it real at the end of the day, you didn't have to wear a mask, let alone hide behind spell rule. The energy is different when it comes to gravity. You was truly the blessing to yourself when they overlooked you, disrespect you. You knew how to have 6 feet apart to respect your neighbor. They didn't want you to actually maintain that beautiful heart that you have within you to understand elevation. Always be yourself with no malicious intent, and I say that respectfully. Even when folks in the background talking about you whacking, you corny, you a nobody. But they sitting there taking notes, but they truly inspired, but they would never put respect on your name. They would hide behind spellwork, hide behind this karmic reader, hide behind that tarot reader, that witch, that warlock, or whatever the case may be, that doctor, the next door neighbor, different tags, bracket, damn you like discourage you. All because you was willing to choose, you understand your potential, coming from poverty, pain or not. You didn't have hate in your vein. You knew how to respect your neighbor even when they couldn't even weather a storm and stay in their lane. To understand unconditional love started with that. They wanted to dim your light because you understood the faith they come relate to, how God was truly real and you was keeping it real. They try to threaten your life. Where's your God at now when they try to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, even projecting a hate crime towards you? Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Nige and I'm expecting today is currently July 13th, 2025. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Practice makes perfect when it comes to elevation, when it comes to maturing. You acting your body weight at your shoe size, you didn't have to tell a lot then because you wasn't wearing max, you never had hate in your vein. How folks come into you like to pour into you. Respect to his is different when you actually know how to acknowledge your worth and understand that hold on 1 second, you're passing me in reality, something that you wasn't running from. But God allows you to see why you overcame that pain. You still being patient with time and day when you didn't have to get physical. You acting your body weight. Even when you get lost in your words, you wasn't trying to hurt your neighbor. The energy is different. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully, with no malicious intentions. When you don't run from your past, the energy is different because it's made you the man and the woman that you're becoming. It was never for likes or views or cloud chasing. You was never part of a script to be an act at the end of the day. It was truly what would happen to you. It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing when you talked about God, when you usually keeping it real, how God was guiding you. They try to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, even financially. It was never for likes and views. That ain't just different. All because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline and staying in their lane. And they put you in competition. You know, when God sends directly into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with intentions. And I say that respectfully. They have their body weight when it comes to that man and woman coming into your life. That elevation is different when they actually know how to respect you, when they weather their own storm in their own world. But they ain't got to do you wrong because they want you to become your best self, vision of yourself. And they never look at you like competitions. They never had hate in their vein. That is just different when it comes to growth. Always be yourself and always be yourself and no intentions. I'm nice and respect. And my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. You know, it's disgusting to see how someone will be gang stalking you, watching your every move. And they're so invested in your time and day because they want to see who's actually watching you. They want to see if it's actually working when it comes to spell with them in your life. They want to see if the beauty spells is working. They want to see if they come to me spells is actually working. They want to make sure if they going to line you up properly or whatever the case may be, they project in the background, shadow banning you, hacking your devices to paint you out to be a villain in their story, all because you understood self-control and it came to discipline. They did everything in their power to get you out of character, but you understood your faith. That energy is different. We ain't the same. I wasn't a mistake, regardless of they know how to love me, respect me, or protect me. I continue to show off, and I'm my biggest cheerleader when they try to do me wrong. That energy is different when you understand gravity. Go on with that. You the gift of yourself, and God never misled you another day. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Not the truth of me, goddammit, my content is not for everybody. It's not. My content's not for everybody. Imitate though for me. Always be yourself. You may not know how to sing like the average person, but being authentic, it was never a crime. Had reflection that it had the lie. It wasn't wearing the mask at the end of the day. Far from a copycat, folks doing shit in the background, trying to discourage you, to dim your light. But God allows you to see why you truly love you, to go with that. When days when you couldn't see, but you understand that testimony, going with that. It was never for likes and views, cloud chasing. Your soul was never for sale. When you truly keeping it real, how God was never for sale. And I say that respectfully, we ain't the same. But I knew how to respect my neighbor. even when you can weather your own storm to go within, and I ain't have to do you wrong.
No, I haven't changed on you. Always be yourself, but no sister. I gotta go.
I'm not aging on respect that my content is not for everyone. Always be yourself when someone threatens your life that nobody will ever believe you, and I say that respectfully. You know, the right people will see you, hear you, and they respect you with no misintentions. It was never for likes and views and cloud chasing when you're being really gang stalked. Folks hacking your devices, then mad they tax bracket with their unhealthy habits. They behind closed doors playing with spoke in a toxic way, all because you knew how to value your time and day reality can relate to, gone within. They put you in competition when you was never competing, but God allowed you to see existence, understanding your reflection. They wanted you to be non-existent, but God allowed you to see, hold on one second, your enemy, the devil trying to size you up, all because you understood your mental health. You know, the doctor's still trying to figure out this shit right now. No, I haven't changed over me. How you sit there and gang stalk somebody, hack they motherfucking devices, got the next door neighbor different motherfucking tax bracket, watching somebody every fucking move, but you say somebody slow, stupid, and retarded, and they delusional? No, it's really changed over me. Because if you want to get technical, why the fuck is you watching the next person anyway? No, for real, why is you so invested to pay somebody to watch somebody at the end of the day every move, when they take a shit, when they go from point A to Z, and you said that someone is doing what? But you are the one that's the... It's a shame thought for me. How they want you to be a crash out so bad. How they watch you at every move like a bad habit. But that growth hits different when it comes to maturing. Didn't matter your tax bracket. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. That is just different. I couldn't sugarcoat it. I had to understand unconditional love hits different. A reality I couldn't face one-on-one to go within. But I still knew how to show up for me when they didn't know how to respect me. The disrespect was loud, but God made me proud. Allowed myself to feel the go within, understand, hold on one second, wow. I am the blessing to myself not to dim my light. That competition, I was never part of it. At the end of the day, I was just trying to choose myself, my best self-vision of myself. Another day, that chapter hits different. They watching your every move, trying to script you down at the end of the day, to try to tell your story better than you at the end of the day. Hold on, you would never be able to walk a day in my shoes, fool! Be a train of thought for me. Can nobody ever tell your story better than you, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. It's not a crime to be authentic. I bother your silent because I choose my vocabulary properly. The unconditional love hits different when it comes to maturity. Didn't matter if you had a kid or not. The unconditional love starts within, I say that respectfully. Understanding your faith, they couldn't relate to. It's never competition. I wasn't competing with you. No, always be yourself with no malicious. I gotta go, god darn it. Have a good day. Never give up on yourself when someone says you don't have potential. Never give up on yourself when someone is willing to blackmail you against you and you never had malicious intentions. How they invite you into their table. To disrespect you, allow to dig up your past, but something that you wasn't running from, even folks was lying on your name. It made you the man and woman that you're becoming when it comes to, hold on one second, time and day. That vocabulary is different because you actually put the footwork in and do the proper healing. Something they couldn't relate to is their own pain. They got you in competition when you was never competing. The disrespect was loud, but you made God proud every single day. Understand your intuition because God brought you balance, acknowledge your worth. Yeah, I talk about God all day long, but I ain't got malicious intents, and I say that respectfully. Regardless who's trying to sneak revenge from me, and I ain't have to do nothing. You made me your enemy. No, they have to check on me. I gotta go. They said that you mad, but you never stopped loving yourself. You were supposed to be a crash like the last one that abused themselves. How they dibbled and dabbled in your food, trying to poison you. Even your narcotics, even your drink that day because of jealousy, envy, and hate when you was keeping it real. You ain't have to do nothing to nobody besides be your authentic self. So ain't the background got you shadow being right to left. Taking your creativity, took them out there on the way to the bank. Taking notes on you, watching you behind fake pages. You had to tell a lie, but God didn't make a mistake because God allowed you to elevate every single day. Felt like a special holiday. Something they can relate to what's going within it. Unconditional love is different. Far from a hater neighbor, we ain't the same. I know how to put respect on my neighbor's name regardless of going through pain. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I don't run from he say, she said. I know how to repeat myself, and I say that respectfully. And I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I always have. Regardless who's in the background trying to blackmail me against me, trying to pay me out to be the villain in their story. Folks will swear that they know you up and down at the end of the day, but they even never had that proper conversation with you to actually meet you halfway. Because the first thing they did was look at you like competition and ruin your reputation. It's a train of thought for me.
No, Evan, straight to me. I gotta go. Always be yourself and no molestation. Don't dip you like neighbor. Far from a hater. Gotta go.
Always be yourself and no misintentions. I do not worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, regardless of who's trying to blackmail me against me at the end of the day. It's disgusting to see how someone would try to antagonize you, try to discourage you, take your kindness so we can step on your toes to do you wrong, and then you speak up for yourself. They say you're mentally unstable, or because they want to control the narrative of your story at the end of the day. But God saw everything that they was doing. It wasn't a revenge. It was speaking up for yourself. Your heavenly mother, Father God, was guiding you when it came to hold on a second, standing up for yourself, being your biggest cheerleader. You have to do your neighbor wrong. They said that you were aggressive, disrespectful, whatever the case may be, but your tone never switched up when you knew how to respect your neighbor. And be one-sided conversations that be putting you in the monster end of the day, that you need a straight body jacket, but that was never the case. Because when the doctor actually reviewed your chart at the end of the day,
why would you borrow that goddamn purse for, you stupid ass motherfucker? I gotta go.
always be yourself and no misintentions. I'm not here to respect, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. You know, when God's directed into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect your misintentions. They don't look at you like competition. They don't got jealousy and envy and hate towards them, like towards you. And I say that respectfully, they don't. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I'm not your genuine love respect.
Peace to respect, so respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. You many well know them. You let go, you neighbor know them. You like, stop the violence. No, for real. Stop the violence. No, for real, for real, for real. Stop the violence.
Stay out of trouble. Be mad and you're worthy. No mother or father or loved one should have to lose a family member or someone they care or love or someone that you know because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline. It doesn't matter someone's tax bracket or their upbringing, if they had a single family home or not. Nobody should be shortchanged of a vision of spiritually gifted, financially being stable, mentally stable, emotionally stable, spiritually stable, and I say that respectfully. Because someone lacks self-control. You said that you at peace with yourself, but you don't know how to have self-control to stay in your lane. You so worried about the next person, the end they actually walked away. They walked away, they found peace and that you couldn't relate to, but you was wearing a mask. If you was truly at peace, you wouldn't have somebody robbed mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, or emotionally. And I say that respectfully. No loved one should have to deal with someone lacking self-control because you don't understand discipline, something that you were supposed to learn at the end of the day. But you picked and choose who you wanted to bully. It be the train of thought for me. One thing I don't run from is my past, and I say that respectfully. How you got chicks and dudes sizing you up to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, all because they lack self-control when it comes to discipline. Then when you speak up for yourself, they said nobody's going to hear you. It's a train of thought for me. God never overlooked me. Even when you say you're going to jump me, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, or whatever the case may be. I don't live in fear, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real. And it's not for likes and views or clout chasing, I say that respectfully. Folks will paint you out to be mentally unstable, but the right people hear you, see you, and respect your most intentions. I was told once upon a time that nobody hears you, but that's a lie at the end of the day, because the right people never walk past you. And they ain't got malicious intentions, they ain't got hate in their vein. They ain't got jealousy built up within them at the end of the day. They damn you like to discourage you, to blackmail you, to put you in the psych ward, get you locked up, to project a hate crime towards you. And I say that respectfully, we all not the same. I know how to respect my neighbor, regardless of what storm I'm going through. Far from a hater, and we ain't the same. Today is currently July 13th, 2025. Stop the violence. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, regardless to what next door neighbor at any tax bracket is trying to steal my creativity. I work alone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself and no one listens. I'm far from a hater. I know how to put respect on my neighbor's name. 6 feet apart. Somebody not for you. There's no need to try to dim somebody's light because of the fact that you lack self-control when it comes to discipline. We ain't the same, neighbor. Have a good day.
Evan, take on me. I gotta go.